Welcome everyone back to session 2 of the sampling program. And here we're going to go ahead and talk about how to properly follow up. Okay, let's get into the sampling dashboard. Okay, what we did in session 1, if you didn't see it, is we talked to you about how to purchase credits from your back office and how they show up. We talked about how to offer a sample so that your prospect can request it, provide their address to make it easy for you to send, and also validate their desire for that sample. And then we talked about how to send. We then went into the different statuses. As you can see, I canceled mine, but as you send one, it goes into submitted status. You'll get about a 30-minute window to make changes or cancel that particular shipment. Then it'll go to ready to ship, then shipped, and then delivered. All those different statuses, the ready to ship, the ship, the statuses there, they trigger different events in the follow-up sequence. And the follow-up sequence that we're about to discuss has an approximately 6 times better conversion rate than if you did not utilize the sample follow-up system. So it's very important for your conversion rate to do that and for you to build your business. So let's talk about it. So as I said, these changes in status of shipped and delivered trigger different events. So let's talk about that, and let's go back to the home page just for a minute, and let's go to your share section. And what you're going to see is we now have loaded different sample follow-up sequences. Okay, there's one here for the coffee sample, there's one here for hair care, as you can see, and they go from left to right across the page with very specific steps that you'll be following. So what's going to happen is when the sample is shipped, an automated email is going out to your prospect from the system on your behalf, telling them that it's shipped and giving them a video to watch. The video they're going to see is the video in position number 1 here, we call it, okay? And what you're going to get is you're going to get a push notification that you should get coming into the top of your app, and then also it'll come here in the alert section if you miss it, and it's telling you to send by text this specific video in step 1. And if you tap on it, it's very easy. It's shareable just like any other video in the system. And this is to keep you involved. You may have actually offered this sample and they requested it a few days ago. You finally sent it. You know, it might have been a Friday afternoon, so it didn't go out till Monday possibly. So you want to re-engage with your prospect that their sample is on the way and how special it is. And this is critical that you don't just rely on the email, that you go in and go ahead and send it when you see text number 1. That's when it's shipped. And then what's going to happen is when your sample is delivered, you want to make sure they grab it and they get right engaged into utilizing the sample. So again, when it is delivered and that status is recognized by our system, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to send an email to them again that, hey, this product is on your doorstep, please get it and check out this video on how to use and get moving with your product, right? So this is the other part. You're going to be, again, push notified into your app to go to your app and send text number 2 in the sample follow-up program. And that's what this particular video is, okay? And it's got one right here, okay? And it's got a short message for you that you can see. And then you'll send this one off. And again, as I can say, it's very important to do that when the push notification lets you know, because you want to be timely. You want to make sure they get it. They don't lose the sample. But more importantly, you want them to engage in taking that sample and trying it out right away so you can keep the flow of this program going. That's what's very important. Okay, so the next step in the follow-up program after 1 and then 2 delivered is there's a trial period of the sample, 1 day, 2 days, whatever that trial period is. What's going to happen upon completion of that trial period? Okay, there's going to be a 3rd email going to your prospect with an offer for them to purchase a full-size product from your replicated website, okay? But in addition, you're going to get a 3rd push notification to go ahead and go to your app and use this script to call your prospect, which would be best, to ask them to try the product for a 30-day supply, you know, for a full-size purchase of this product for you, okay? That's what's going to happen. If you don't get a hold of your prospect, let's say it goes to voicemail, we've constructed a text that has a link Again, going to your replicated site for them to purchase just like they did from the email that we sent them. Okay, so this is the most critical phase, is the asking for the sale. Nothing's going to happen if they don't. You cannot rely on the email because, again, only a percentage get through and read, and you want to stay involved. The secret to our program, the secret to that literally 600% increase in conversion rate over emails alone, okay, is for you to stay involved, you to follow up, because they're trying this because of your relationship, and it's because of your relationship and the quality of your product that they're going to try a month's supply. But you do have to ask, and that's what this is all about right here. But it's fun, it's easy, and you'll be amazed at how many people will try your product for 30 days this way. Okay, so keep in mind, you got a script to use. Okay, and then you've got a text message to use in case you can't get a hold of them. But when you do get a hold of them and they say, yeah, I'd like to try that, well, that's also why this text is here. You can say, okay, I'm going to send you a text right now that follows up with what I just said, and you can click on it and go ahead and buy that. Okay, so that's what this text is all about as well. What's going to happen from then on? Okay, one day later, you're going to get one final push notification. Okay, and it assumes that you have called your prospect or sent that text. And what we want to know is, did they say yes and purchase? I want you to send this to them. And if they did not and they declined to buy, I'd like you to send this. And this completes the system so we can track the data and we can eventually show this back to you on how you're doing and what steps you may be able to do to increase your conversion rate over where you're at right now. So to complete this review of this follow-up system, let's go back and review. We have two different follow-up systems here, okay? You're going to get notified when the sample is shipped, when it arrives, after the trial period, and after your ask. You're going to see these alerts coming to you. So be prepared for them. And when they come in, you send text number 1 here when it is shipped. You'll send text number 2 when it is delivered. After the trial period, you'll want to call them, ask them for the sale, and go ahead and send this text so they can go ahead and enroll directly on your replicated site, okay, as a customer. And then right here, you're going to get a final. If they said yes, you're going to get an alert to send that they purchased. If they said no, you're going to want to send this. You want to complete the system, be diligent and disciplined in your follow-up, and you'll see your business grow with sampling. And that's what's important. So that completes the follow-up system training. If you need any more training on how to offer and send, go back to video number 1 and check that out. Thank you, and good luck sampling.